Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zeng Kong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. Homage to Master Dupten Torchi. Let's pay homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, Medicine Tathagata of the Eastern Lapis Lazuli realm and his retinue. Sumo, Tanzen Katso, Toten Siddhi, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, how do you do? I first would like to announce for next Sunday, April 18th at 3 p.m. there will be four-arm Avalokitesvara Chenresic Homa fire offering ceremony. The mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. This mantra is chanted by all Tibetans in Tantric Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism. Tibetans typically chant Om Mani Padme Hum, and Tibet is the spiritual center of Chenresic. According to what I know, there are several great Rinpoches, like the Dalai Lama, was said to be an emanation of Chenresic, four-arm Avalokitesvara. Also, Karmapa, His Holiness, was also an emanation of Chenresic. So Tantric Buddhism chants Om Mani Padme Hum, the six-syllable mantra. Many people chant it, men and women, young and old, chant it. Chenresic spiritual center is the whole Tibet. I remember in the past my guru said, just the Om Mani Padme Hum, to explain this mantra, the meaning of this mantra, he said he would need 6 months to explain the 6 syllables. That's what my guru said. The syllable Om requires 1 month to explain. So for Om Mani Padme Hum, the 6 syllables would require 6 months to explain. Their meanings extremely expansive, and extensive and profound. So this deity is first and foremostly important in Tibetan Tantrayana. I welcome you all to register to be the primary supplicant. And today, we had the Homa fire offering ceremony of Medicine Buddha. I had a very vivid impression of this deity. In my book 162, Wandering in Foreign Countries, Foreign Lands, in that book I recorded that I went to Korea. And inside the Tonghua temple, there was a tallest medicine Buddha, and they referred to him as the one universal Buddha. It was outdoor. He was outdoor. He's 33 meters tall and 16.5 meters wide. I prostrated there toward him. The great medicine Buddha. I prostrated before the great medicine Buddha. And after the prostration, on the trip between Tonghua Temple and Heishan Temple, on the tour bus, as soon as I closed my eyes, I had the vision of Medicine Buddha. I also saw the Medicine King Bodhisattva, Supreme Medicine Bodhisattva, the Sunlight Bodhisattva, Moonlight Bodhisattva, and the 12 Medicine Generals. That was the first time I had the vision of Medicine Buddha. It was in Korea. On the on the bus, as soon as I closed my eyes, I had the vision of Medicine Buddha. So I knew that because I saw Medicine Buddha, so my illness will be alleviated. I was severely sick then. At that time, I had a very severe ailment. You know how bad it was when I was about to wear my shoes, to tie the shoelaces, to kneel down, then I would almost faint. I would faint. Every night, very difficult to fall asleep, cannot sleep. My head was about to split, so I called it the head splitting syndrome. It's like the brain was about to split. I thought I was about to die. And that was during my retreat. So Sumo and I went to Korea and to pay homage to the Universal Buddha, which was the medicine Buddha, or Baisaya Guru. So that happened. At that time, when we traveled in Korea, it was quite bad. And after paying homage to Medicine Buddha, and Medicine Buddha appeared, and I thought to myself, and because the Medicine Buddha appeared, he had 12 vows, and one of them was that he could cure all illnesses of sentient beings. So I felt at ease afterwards. And sure, soon enough, I recovered. There was another thing when I was in Taiwan during my Dharma propagation work. I got cellulitis, right? At that time, at the Taiwan temple, it was also a severe case of cellulitis. And someone knew that I had a great response when I paid homage to this Universal Buddha in Korea. Someone by herself flew to Korea and went to this Tonghua temple and prayed on my behalf to the Medicine Buddha of the Tonghua temple and asked the Medicine Buddha to save me one more time, because I was at the Zhongshan Hospital in Taichung City in Taiwan. I was hospitalized for 1 week. And I got cellulitis on my leg. The leg would swell to be this big. None of the antibiotics worked. And if none of the antibiotic work, then in order to save my life, my leg would have to be amputated. So this person helped me to pray to Medicine Tathagata. When she made the first prostration, she saw a bird from the sky flying down.
这只鸟飞下来，既然飞在药师琉璃光如来
and the
的
bird
手上，停在那
perched
个手上。
on the hand of Medicine Buddha.
他回来的时候有照相给我看，你看，
And she took a photo and showed it to me.
飞在药师佛的手上。
The bird flew from the sky to the hand of Medicine Buddha,
药师琉璃光如来
which meant
他会伸
that Medicine
他的手
Tathagata will extend his hand
我的病
to cure the illness of my leg.
后来
And afterwards,
把最后最强的
I got the strongest
抗生素
Tacit
抗生素
antibiotic,
打这一支针，
and
脚慢慢就消走。
and afterwards,
我的脚差不多这么粗，
the swell
肿成这样。
started gradually to decrease.
那个是
My legs swelled to be that
一
big,
直往上蔓延，
and that's because of some bacteria
蜂窝性
that
组织炎。
got in,
如果不节制
and
的
it
话
would gradually
那个肿会
invade the
消掉
body.
细菌蔓延到心，那
If the swell cannot be controlled, then the germs would gradually expand, and when they reach the heart, then you would die.
还有要感
So
谢
the doctors at the Zhongshan Hospital and the
郑龙医师
infectious disease doctors and Dr. Zhen Senlong, and also the head of the nurses also, and Dr. Zhen Senlong
也是郑龙中
were also two Buddha school disciples.
那个脚就这样子好。
And then
啊
my leg
本来要回到美国来治，美国的
finally got better.
跟我讲，
And I made a phone call and I wanted to come back to America, but my doctor said,
医生范明大德讲，我说你不要回来，
you can only come back after you cure
回来美国治
your cellulitis.
治好了
So I cannot cure it in America. So I had to stay at the Zhongshan
礼拜
hospital.
药师琉璃光如来，他就好了。
So after paying homage to the medicine Tathagata, I recovered.
药师琉璃光如来也帮我2次，至少
So medicine Tathagata had helped me at least twice.
虚云老和尚，我在痛苦的时候昏迷。
And also the Venerable Elder Xu Yun, as I was drowsing
伸手
on my sick bed,
天上
the Venerable Elder Xu Yun was in the sky above the clouds,
手伸
and yet he could extend his arm, passing through all the clouds, the roof of my house,
手放在我的额头，
and
给我加持。
to place it on my forehead, to place his hand on my forehead to give me blessings. That's the Venerable Elder Xu Yun.
给我加持，
And the Earth Mother God
这个都是需要感。
also, the Earth Mother Goddess also give me blessing.
蜂窝性组织
So I have to
闹得这么大，
offer my gratitude to them.
如来都
So for the cellulitis, it was a huge
人间
event. Medicine Tathagata helped me.
那个
The Earth Mother Goddess,
时代的
the sage of the human world helped me.
都帮。
And the Venerable Elder Xu Yun from the Qing dynasty also offered his help. So I am grateful to them.
这个是跟药师如来的结缘。
So that's my affinity with medicine Tathagata.
现在 用一个笑话作为引子。
Now I would like to start with the joke.
小明跟妈妈讲，
Xiaoming
小明
told his mom,
我好高兴，
I'm so happy.
我的作文终于写的。
My writing
妈妈问
has gotten smoothly. And mom asked, how come you improve so fast? And Xiaoming
给
said,
我的评语总是
in the past, the
狗屁不通，
score that the teacher gave me is like,
妈妈问
the
现在老师的评
dog's
语
fart
说，小
doesn't
明讲，放
flow. And how about now? What does the teacher write? The teacher write,
小
dog's
明
farting.
这就是进步，
And
连
Xiaoming
狗屁都不通，
took it as an
现在已经
improvement.
放出来了。放
Because before the dog's fart didn't even come out, and now it's farting, so that's an improvement.
哎，这个是很好笑。耶。这第一个问题
The first question
是坎波利亚
from Cambodia.
柬埔寨施连泽法师，
The Venerable Si Lianze.
他在柬埔寨好像在盖雷藏寺，
He is building a temple in Cambodia.
在
Wholeheartedly, I pay homage to Guru Buddha.
遇到一年内
In helping the White Sutra chanting,
家属
I
问
encountered serial deaths for 1 year.
传统
The family asked how to alleviate it.
不知道
Customarily, they say using the replacement
有
body
请教上师，
practice.
上师回答有遇过，不过替
How should I deal with this? I have asked a master.
请求
but
师佛教导。
He said he has the experience, but he wasn't very clear about it.
莲泽法师刚好是在
So the Venerable Lianze is in Cambodia.
真是去过
Grandmaster has visited Cambodia
吴哥窟，
to visit the Angkor Wat.
就是在坎波利亚。
Angkor Wat is in Cambodia.
先回答施连泽的问题。
Let me answer the question asked by Si
一
Lianze.
个家庭里面，
In a family,
来一个
sometimes
不
one
死第二个，
person
不
died,
久
and
死了第三个。
not long the second one also died, and then not long the third one died again.
要做替身
So, in the way in True Buddha school, if you have to perform the replacement body practice, how do you do that?
问请教上师，上师的
He said he had asked a master,
遇过这个，
and the master
突然
answered
间家里死来一个人，隔不久又死第二个，
that he encountered
隔不久又死
that
第三
there were
有连续的
several
现象，
deaths
要做替身法，
in a family within a short period of time.
要做替身法。帮助
So, as a Dharma teacher, you have to help the family
不过
to perform the replacement body ritual.
也不太了解，
But the master did not
求师佛教。
quite understand.
我现在跟
So he asked Guru Buddha to
施连
explain it.
法师讲，这个方法呢，你做纸人或者草人，
So you
家里这
made
个家庭
a person from paper
死了两个人，
or
两个
straws.
人就要做替身法。
So if there are 2 deaths in a family,
有
then you have to do a replacement body
有二
practice.
就有三，
We often say when there's one, there's two. When there are two, there are three. The custom in Taiwan, when they close the coffin, everybody has to leave. When the corpse was put into a coffin, and when they were about to nail the coffin, if your eyes saw that, the customs say that your soul would be inside the coffin too. So when they were closing the coffin, when they were nailing on the coffin, they asked everybody not to look. But if you look, then your soul would be inside the coffin too. So if you happen to see it, then you would be inside, then next you would die. So don't see, don't look. Second, so you make a paper person or straw person. In Tripura school we use paper, and for as many members of the family. If there are 4 people in the family and 1 died or 2 died, then you make the paper person for these 2 living ones. And then on the piece of paper, you write the names and the date and time of birth of the living people. And then the replacement body fu, or talisman. And at dawn, when you wake up, the person who's performing the ritual would ha his or her breath onto the paper person, which means the soul is on the paper person. So for 3 days, every morning when you wake up, immediately you take the paper person and you blow ha, your breath, ha, 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 3 times for 3 consecutive days. So the person would blow his own breath onto the paper person, and then to be given to the Dharma teacher, and then to burn them in front of the tomb of the dead person. Then the deaths will not continue in the family. That's all you have to do. This is called the replacement body practice. Like you have a Dharma teacher would burn the paper person and the joss or spirit money, which means that they have followed the dead person, and the living people will be unscathed, will be free from problems. Now do you understand? So that's how to alleviate it. At that time, it was the revolution in Cambodia. Many people died, right? When I went to Cambodia, there was a miracle that I wrote in my book. As soon as I get on the tour bus, before we get off the bus, the sun would shine, and then I can tour around. And as soon as I get on the tour bus, then the rain starts to come down. It's like a northwest rain, right? It's like a monsoon. So there's like rain and clear days. So there would be rain as soon as we get on the bus. But as soon as we get off the bus, the rain stopped. Like as soon as my feet are on the bus, then it started to rain. So during the tour, it always happened. And then the tour guide kneeled down and took refuge. He couldn't believe that it happened like that. As soon as the master got on the bus, the rain started. And then as soon as the tour bus got to the destination, the rain stopped continuously for several or 8 times. So finally the tour guide took refuge. That was about Cambodia. During its revolution, many people died. There was a disciple who wanted to Bardo deliver all people who died from the revolution in Cambodia, asked me to do the Bardo deliverance for people who died in Cambodia. And I saw the skulls inside the glass boxes. It's like all over the mountains, and like almost 3 million people died. So that disciple only offered $100 to ask Grandmaster to Bardo deliver 3 million souls. She made a great vow. It was a great vow, but she did not have money. She only had $100. And I said, let's take some time, because I've been doing Bardo deliverance for over a year. If there are any spots, then maybe this disease dead people from Cambodia can come. Every night I had thousands of ships, of Dharma ships, for Bardo deliverance. I've done the Bardo deliverance for over a year. One night, Sumu could not sleep, and she walked to my room and took a look and saw me sitting there performing the Bardo deliverance. And she noted it's past 2 a.m. I'm still performing Bardo deliverance because she couldn't sleep that night. So she knew. What can I say? Because I don't forsake any single being, so I have to do it for $100 to Bardo deliver 3 million souls. I don't know how to do it. Then just do it. Next, from Taiwan, Lianhua Yiping. There are many fellow disciples who receive many spiritual responses after chanting the Hiking Sutra for 1,000 times, and most of their wishes come true. But I also chanted the sutra 1,000 times, but my wish did not come true. I chanted another 1,000 times, but it still did not happen. So, Grandmaster, in this situation, should I add other practices? Or is it because of my heavy karma? Should I chant a few more thousands of times? Or is it because my wish has become a fixed karma so that no matter how many times I chant, it'll be no use? Let me tell everyone, making a wish or having a request. Grandmaster also chants Hiking Kuan Yin Sutra very fast. Of course, I don't just chant this, I also chant other. The mantra and the 8 great bodhisattvas. Eight great bodhisattvas I also chant. I chant the mantra too. I also chant the merit dedication. Completely the same as the one that you chant. I never count, but I chant every day. I don't count it, and I have no wish. I have no specific request, so I just chant. I chanted in Taiwanese because when I chanted in Taiwan, I used Taiwanese, so I still continue to use Taiwanese to chant it. I don't know how many times I have chanted. I have no specific wish. But typically, there are many spiritual responses after chanting 1,000 times. How come you didn't have any? Maybe because your wish is too huge. Like you want to win a lottery, the first prize of the Taiwan Power Lottery. That's too much. Too many people chant, and other people chant many more than you do, perhaps. So that would be difficult. Or maybe your karma is too heavy. Or those on a wheelchair, and then she wished that I can leave my wheelchair after chanting 1,000 times. Those who are bound to a wheelchair, that karma is very heavy, too heavy. So chanting 1,000 times all the heavy karma will be eradicated. But how many heavy karma you have? That's the issue. Like the 5 heinous transgressions, the spaceless sufferings, which is you have no breaks in your suffering. Not only the time is continuous with no breaks, but the space is also continuous. So in Siddhigarbha Sutra, you see yourself lying on your bed in the netherworld. So it's spaceless, no breaks in the time and space dimensions. The sufferings has no breaks. That's a very, very heavy karma. So chanting 1,000 times of hiking sutra to alleviate such karma is very difficult. Or killing your father, your mother, killing an acharya, dharma master, or guru. Killing many karma, all kinds of karma, karmic transgressions. Maybe your karma is quite heavy, but all I can suggest is you continue to chant. Because you eliminate one heavy karma, you can eliminate the next heavy karma and the next heavy karma. Look at the world now, it's so chaotic. It's so, like the races is really bad. So they created a karma, and then when they are reborn, and then they chant 1,000 times hiking sutra, and then they can be freed from the karma? No. They just take a gun and kill as they like, whether it's related or not. So I think a beautiful lady is a double-edged sword. One is to your benefit and the other one is not, to your disadvantage. If you're very beautiful and you're being pinned down, being liked by a bandit, then it'll be a misfortune. So everything is predestined. A woman tried to get close to Grandmaster, and her husband was very unhappy, was very upset. And the husband was about to kill not that woman, but Grandmaster. Her husband was about to kill Grandmaster because the woman is a strong follower of Grandmaster. And her husband kept telling her, never go to temple. Otherwise, he was preparing to kill Grandmaster. And the woman did not listen to him. And Golden Mother is incredible. Anytime the woman came for spiritual consultation, after Golden Mother knew of this problem, to avoid this woman to get close to Grandmaster, every time they come for spiritual consultation, she always say inaccurate things. so that the woman lost her faith and then she's gone naturally. But I knew what the real issue is. So I asked grandmother, why did you always tell this one something inaccurate, something wrong, something incorrect? And Golden Mother was incredible because Golden Mother knew that her husband had been planning how to kill Grandmaster. So he's been planning to kill Grandmaster. But good thing that she kept attacking her faith until she had no more faith in Grandmaster, and she went back to her husband. And then Grandmaster was free of this incident. So everything is predestined. So Thiện Liên Hoa Yi Bin from Taiwan. So you chanted 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000, and you still have no response, then you should still continue. Because it's all due to the karma. There must be some cause and effect. So I'm saying that they are cause and effect. So to let the woman to lose faith in Grandmaster so that her husband does not kill Grandmaster. Now you understand? The third question from England. 4 characters in English. Lian, Hua.
第4个是 MA， 顶礼师尊。
Homage to Grandmaster. In Christianity, there is a silent prayer as follows. God, please give me the courage to change what I can, to accept what I cannot, and the wisdom to differentiate the two. In Buddhism, how should I discern which ones are fixed karma and which ones can be changed? So his question can answer the question by Lian Hoa Yi Bin from Taiwan. So even by chanting 1,000 times of Hiking Quiet Sutra, you cannot fulfill your wish. So give me the courage to change what I can or to accept what I cannot. So if my wish is fulfilled, and give me the wisdom to differentiate the two, the issues of karma here. So in Buddhism, how do we discern which ones are fixed karma and which ones can be changed? Let me tell you, after you chant Hiking Quiet Sutra 1,000 times and your wish is fulfilled, that means it can be changed. But after chanting 1,000 times of Hiking Sutra, your wish does not come true, that means it's a fixed karma. Very simple. So it's matched to the question before. So it's the issue of having heavy karma or light karma. there is the silent prayer. If there's something I can do, then I will do it at the best I can. For things that I cannot, things that my wishes cannot be fulfilled, then you just accept it and be natural. So that's what it means. And how to differentiate which ones are fixed karma and which ones can be changed? By 1,000 times of hiking sutra. If your wishes can be fulfilled, that means it can be changed. Otherwise, it's a fixed karma. Of course, there are many other ways too, many other factors as well. This is called riddle. So guess one word. Guess this is a riddle, a Chinese riddle. So one day. Yeah, this is only Chinese. 3 days. One character for 3 days. Jing.
水晶的晶，3个字啊。9天呢
And 9 days.
西日东升，1个9，1个日。10天呢
10 days.
早上的早啊，对。15天呢
15 days.
15天。大颗啦，胖，半个月嘛。60天呢
？60 days.
哎，朋对了，朋友的朋，60天啊，2个月嘛，就是朋，2个月亮。
A friend. 2 months. Yeah, this is Chinese.
这是一个笑话，是巧合。
It's a joke about coincidence. A song sung by Feng Feifei called Coincidence. So many people in the world, but you encounter me. That's a coincidence. The first class on the first day of school, the teacher asked us to introduce ourselves. And a female student said, my family name is Yo. And the name is Yong. Yo. Coming from Taipei, I like to play chess. And then he walked down. The next one is a female student, very shy. And softly she said, I am Summer. My family name is Xiaqi. I like swimming. It's also homophobe in Chinese. What a coincidence. There are many coincidences in the world. Without coincidences, things happen due to coincidence. Now we talk about Lamdre. The delight mind for abiding merits and majestic interests. Second, the continuum of bodily methods, such as the complete Pure Land, divided into 3. Amid the 6.5 chakra, how to abide at the Pure Lands of the 4 kayas or bodies. Second, amid the 32 knots of the central channel, how to abide at the Pure Land. Third, amid the 4 altars, how to abide at the Pure Land. 1. Amid the 6.5 chakra, how to abide at the Pure Lands of the 4 kayas. At the secret area, navel and heart chakras. So secret, navel and heart chakras. The Pure Land of Nirmanakaya is established. At the throat and brow chakras, the Pure Land of Sambhogakaya is established. At the crown chakra, the Pure Land of Dharmakaya is established. At the half chakra of the top knot, the intrinsic nature body is established. This is very easy. It's understood. So at the secret, navel and heart chakras, the Pure Land of Nirmanakaya is established. At the throat and brow chakras, the Pure Land of Sambhogakaya is established. Like Amitabha Pure Land is Sambhogakaya Pure Land. And Nirmanakaya Pure Land is the human world. At the crown chakra, the Pure Land of Dharmakaya is established. At the crown. At the half chakra of the top knot, the intrinsic nature body is established. Through spiritual cultivation, when you attain Buddhahood, there would be a head bum or top knot. You know, like the Amitabha Buddha endowed with 32 marks, there's like a head bum here. All the Buddha images have that head bum. At that place, there is the intrinsic nature body's Pure Land. So, second, amid the 32 knots of the central channel, how to abide at the Pure Lands. By opening 16 channel knots, the Pure Land of Nirmanakaya is established. By opening 12 knots, the Pure Land of Sambhogakaya is established. By opening 3.5 knots, the Pure Land of Dharmakaya is established. And by opening the half knot, the Pure Land of Intrinsic Nature Kaya is established. So, from the 32 knots of the central channel, how to abide at the Pure Lands. 16, when you open 16 knots, that's Pure Land of Nirmanakaya. Opening another 12 knots, the Pure Land of Sambhogakaya. By opening 3.5 more knots, the Pure Land of Dharmakaya. And by opening the half knot, the top knot, the Pure Land of Intrinsic Nature Kaya. It all can be explained. The third one, amid the 4 altars, how to abide at the Pure Lands. The body mandala establishes the Nirmanakaya Pure Land. The character or 6-syllable mandala establishes Sambhogakaya Pure Land. The pure ambrosia bodhicitta establishes the Dharmakaya Pure Land, and the wisdom storing chi mandala establishes the intrinsic nature body Pure Land. Last night, I told everybody, all of a sudden I thought of something. Human beings live amidst numbers. Not trees, numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, numbers. It's based on your numbers. Intangibly, we are bound by numbers. Every single one of us lives amidst numbers. If you don't believe it, go to the hospitals. You're given a chart and you have a medical checkup. The cholesterol cannot go over 200. The LDL, the HDL, and then altogether cannot exceed 200 for cholesterol. Heartbeats has to be between 65 and 75, something like that, or 60 to 70 for heartbeats. That would be normal range. Otherwise, it's under or over. Blood sugar cannot go over 120 or below 80. So your blood sugar is also amidst numbers. Like the functions of your lungs, liver, kidneys, they're all bound by numbers. They're all numbers, all about numbers. And your saving accounts also about numbers. When you see your bank account and one more zero, and your soul would float a little once, and then two more zeros, you float twice. And when you fill in the gas, you also see all the numbers. How much water inside your body, also numbers. When we were young, we were told to drink 8 big glasses of water. 8 is also a number. Now I'm restricted how many peanuts I can eat every day. I cannot eat too much because it would be drying. If you eat a bowl of peanuts, then you would have problem. You would feel heated. Now when you chant sutras or mantras or Buddha's epithet, everybody uses numbers and how many steps you have to walk every day. They're all numbers. You count and count. The doctors tell you how many steps you have to do every day, and you're counting and counting. They're all numbers. And your cell phones, about time, that's all numbers too. Even the space dimension. You know, in Lamdre, there's so many numbers. I thought about it all night last night. Mirupa said, what is the width, the depth, and at what number you reach which ground of Bodhisattvahood, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th. For Mahayana Buddhism and for Tantrayana Buddhism, up to the 12.5 ground. And there's this head bomb or top knot. Those are all about numbers too. And you want to become a sage, you need 3,000 huge merits. That's also numbers. How many good deeds you have to do every day. About the pure, it also talks about numbers. And you have to increase how much of your light and how to decrease your darkness and how many percent, those are all numbers too. I think that every person nowadays are being bound by numbers. See, I'm giving Dharma teaching and they hang 50 there, which means I can only talk for 50 minutes. But it's already over. Now I have given Dharma talk until 5:10. Those are numbers too. What time do we have dinner? The speed limit when you drive? or how many miles you drive from Rainbow Temple to the Seattle Temple. Those are all numbers. And how much time. And if when Grandmaster is having a date, what time and where to wait for me, those are all numbers. Virupa was incredible. He knew that when the numbers reach a certain number, then you would reach a certain ground of bodhisattvahood. They're all numbers. How many channels are at your brow point, brow chakra? How many channels at your throat chakra, heart chakra, navel chakra, secret chakra? They're all numbers. And at that time, Virupa already knew. And after a few thousand years, still about numbers. Wow. What should we do in the future? We all live amidst the digits or the numbers, or actually the digits. Even then, Virupa already knew about numbers or digits. You know, with this number, you would reach a certain ground of bodhisattvahood. And Buddhahood too, the 13th ground of Buddhahood, where the 5 Dhyani Buddhas are. But the Adharma Buddha or Samantabhadra Tathagata, which is different from Samantabhadra Bodhisattva. Samantabhadra Tathagata is at the 16th Buddhahood, 16th ground of Buddhahood. They are also numbers. The 16th Bodhisattvahood is the same as the 16th ground of Buddhahood. He's also a Bodhisattva. He's delivering sentient beings. The difference between a Buddha and a Bodhisattva is a Bodhisattva is only for others, not for themselves. And a Buddha is perfect. Then he would be referred as a Buddha. When you do it to a perfection, then you're a Buddha. So a Bodhisattva, they're all about numbers. Even the Buddhas, and they're the 16th ground. Or if you ask me the 15th or the 16th ground, I need to check if they exist. So does it make sense what I'm talking about today? This is what dawned on me last night. See? The statistics about numbers too. You just eat whatever you want. Don't be tricked by other people. Doesn't matter what you eat, you will die. Everybody will die. So just eat whatever you like. First, the inventor of treadmill died at 54. The inventor of exercise died at 57. The bodybuilder, the founder of bodybuilder died at 41. The best football player Maradona died at 60. But the founder of KFC died at 94. The inventor of chocolate died at 88.
这个烟的制造商叫做温斯顿汽士。
And the founder of Winston cigarette died at 102. And the inventor of opium died of earthquake at 112. And the creator of Hennessy died at 98. So thinking about it, how could they conclude that exercise can extend our lifespan? The bunnies jump all the time, but they only live for 2 years. The bunnies always jump around, but the turtles never exercise and live to be 400 years old. So just take a rest, relax, just eat and drink and play and live happily because you want to live. So they're all about numbers again. Om Mani Padme Hum.